Yes, we were discussing the concept of frequency. Frequency is nothing but what? The number of cycles per second. Number of cycles per second. You are well known that what is meant by cycle. Already I have told you. This is complete one half cycle, positive half cycle. This is a negative half cycle. Complete one half cycle, positive half cycle, complete one half negative half cycle. Together these two cycles, these two half cycles together said to be complete one cycle. And such a number of cycles per second called as frequency. It is measured in terms of hertz, or we say that cycles per second also. Then coming to the point wavelength. Already I have told you this peak point, this peak position, these two peak positions are said to be what? Crests. This is the first crest and its successive crest is this. This is a trough, first trough, and its successive trough position is this. The distance between either two successive crests or successive troughs is called as wavelength. Here it is shown from this mean position to this mean position. Here complete one cycle goes there. So this is also said to be what? The wavelength. This distance and distance between two crests or the two successive troughs is one and the same. Hence we say that this is nothing but the wavelength. Wavelength is denoted by letter lambda. And say wavelength of a wave is denoted by lambda. So remember, distance between two successive crests or troughs is nothing but its wavelength. Then we come to the another point, the wave velocity. The wave may be along the x-axis, positive x-axis, or maybe along the negative x-axis. This point to remember. Suppose your rigid support is towards negative x-axis and you just give a jerk from other end, exactly the opposite position of the previous case. Then what happens? Surely wave will propagate in what direction? In negative x-axis direction. So point you remember, wave not propagates only along the positive axis, x-axis. It may propagate in the negative x-axis also. By what velocity it is going to propagate in the medium, that is said to be wave velocity. And every particle on the rope is propagating in the medium this position, up and down, up and down, up and down. It is not going to displace in forward direction or reverse direction, along x-axis or negative x-axis. It is going to vibrate in this direction, that is perpendicular to the direction of propagation of the wave, so that we say that it is a transverse wave, and the particle with which velocity it is going to vibrate, that is said to be particle velocity. Then one point I want to discuss with you about again the longitudinal wave. Longitudinal waves are nothing but no doubt alternate compressions and rarefactions are produced in the medium. Where compression is there, pressure is more. Here pressure decreases, pressure more, pressure decreases, and so on. In this way, wave propagates in the medium. But if we think about the particles propagation direction and direction of the propagation of the wave, what happens? It is exactly opposite to the transverse wave. In transverse wave, these particles were propagating in upward direction or downward direction, up and down. But here these particles are going to what? Propagate in the same direction of the wave. I mean, particles direction and direction of the wave is one and the same. They are making 0-degree angle. Hence, such waves in which direction of the particles and direction of the motion is one and the same, then such waves are said to be longitudinal waves. Then let us come to the point about the velocity of the wave. It may be longitudinal wave, it may be transverse wave. What about the velocity of the wave? Velocity of the wave depends upon what factor? This point I want to tell you. Suppose you have a rope of 100 meter. Listen to me carefully. Length of the rope is how much? 100 meter. One rope if you take, its length is suppose A2. Suppose AB is a rope, its length is 100 meter. How much it is taken? 100 meter. Another rope is there. Suppose CD. How much it is? Suppose this is also 100 meter. I mean both are same in length. Their lengths are equal. Both are 100 meter. And if we give jerk to the rope AB and same jerk to rope CD, I mean A point we are taking up and down, C point we are taking up and down like this, then question arises, which rope possesses more velocity? Or velocity of a wave in which case is more, either AB or CD? Then you may think that there is something left in the given information. That what? About the mass. You know, suppose you are running on the ground and if 10 kilogram rifle is given on your shoulder, suppose, and it is asked to run along the circumference of the ground, and instead of 10 kilogram, suppose 15 kilogram again load is given to you on your shoulder, and it is asked to take a round along the circumference of the ground with maximum possible velocity in both cases, then surely we will come to know that either velocity in case of 10 kilogram mass is more or velocity in case of 15 kilogram mass is more. Of course, it is whenever load is 10 kilogram, in that case velocity is more. Your speed is more than the 15 kg. Exactly in the same way, the velocity of the motion, velocity of the wave depends upon mass of the rope. What? Mass of the rope, or mass per unit length of the rope. If more mass, velocity is less. Less mass, velocity is more. Another thing is that velocity increases with less mass. This point to remember. If mass of this AB is less than the mass of the rope CD, then surely velocity of the wave propagating in AB is more than the velocity of the wave in the CD, because its mass is less than mass of rope CD. Another thing is that velocity depends upon another factor also. This also we should know. What? Tension in the rope. Suppose this rope is very loosely supported, and this is tight one. Suppose AB is very tight and CD of same length, same material, same mass, everything is same. Only the tension at B is less. Here tension is more, here tension is what? Less. I mean, it is tight and this is what? Loose. You know? What you know? Strings of the guitar. How they are? Either loose or tight. Tight. So like exactly the same position, AB is supposed tightly tightened, and this is what? Just loose. I mean, tension in this CD is less. Then what have, in which case velocity of the wave is more? Velocity of the wave in case of high tension is more. Whenever tension is more in the string, the velocity of the wave is more. Tension in the string is less, velocity of the wave is also what? Less. I mean, velocity of the wave is directly proportional to tension in the string and inversely proportional to what? Mass. So from this it is clear that velocity of the wave depends upon mass and tension in the string. And afterwards it is noted that there is a relation between velocity and velocity, tension and mass per unit length of the string. So mass per unit length of the string is denoted by the symbol mu. Symbol is what? Mu. So velocity is nothing but V is equal to under root T by mu, where T is tension in the string, mu stands for mass per unit length of the string. So in this way, V depends upon, I mean wave velocity depends upon tension in the string and mass per unit length of the string. So remember finally that V, I mean velocity of the wave, is equal to under root T by mu. In next lecture, we are going to discuss in detail about the wave equation, condition for the wave equation, general equation of a wave, equation of SHM, how their differentiation is to be taken, why to take differentiation with respect to time or with respect to position of the particle from the mean position. All these things we are discussing in next lecture, and we will come to know with that there is what is the relation between the particle velocity and the wave velocity. So in the next period we discuss in detail. Before that, I want to appeal to you that if any lacunas are there, so let me know, give me feedback so that I can improve for your improvement, and I'll reach to you with as simple as explanation. Thank you, one and all.